Okay, so far we've looked at social media. We've also explored convergence culture, and I guess that lays a fairly solid foundation theoretically on where our current understanding of emerging media markets is where it lies. I've also provided a few examples for you in terms of, I guess, um, types of projects that are starting to incorporate these sorts of hybrid production models. So there's an organizational or a larger framework in which independent producers are starting to operate. Um, these independent types of producers are also calling on the audience for all sorts of things, and this is typically known as a co-creative model, where it's producers engaging audiences in not only their content, so send us your stuff or user-generated content or whatever it might be, but also incorporating their. It's going a little bit further beyond that in terms of incorporating what they want, so tools or concepts or mechanisms or whatever it might be into the platforms that actually provide or host these types of projects. Um, so a good example here is something like ABC Open is a fantastic example of this, where it's a nationally distributed project where they back onto the local radio stations around the Australian country or the regional areas of Australia, and their remit is to work with local people to develop their skills in digital storytelling. Um, that's typical of that co-creative process where there's someone who you would consider to be a professional or like a media producer who is trained in the skill of storytelling, who's then going to the people who are wanting to tell their stories, and there's that really beautiful connection between the two stakeholder groups. Um, Now, in the second half of this lecture, what I want to concentrate on is actually the how-to. So let's move beyond the theory. Let's think about it in terms of we've looked at social media, we've looked at convergence culture, how that's shifting towards something called shareable media as opposed to just sharing content. Um, and now think about co-creation as well. And so the second part, I would like to start with showing you, sharing a slide share. Well, sharing a slide share with you, which is kind of an ABC or a 1, 2, 3 on how to design these types of how to design an engagement strategy for the project that you might be working on or whatever it might be. It all kind of starts the same, and there's a similar process which follows out for these types of engagement strategies. But of course, they're always nuanced for the particular project that you're working on or whatever it might be. So check out this slide share, which you can access below this video, and it'll step through rather succinctly the few stages that you need to go through in terms of pre-production and post-production, how to generate interest, how to stimulate contributions, and then how to engage audiences or even develop an online community around what it is that you might be doing. So have a look at this slide share, and then after that I'll come back and we'll talk about a really fantastic case study, one that I'm researching at the moment, called 7 Days Later, which is a co-creative television program on the ABC. But first, let's have a look at this slide share.